VLOOKUP is the most popular function of the Excel which every users want to know how to use. But are you aware that there is a function called XLOOKUP which was recently introduced by Microsoft, and it is even more powerful than VLOOKUP. So let's see how to use it in this video. Let me walk you through my case study. So as you can see on the screen, we have an transactional data of expenditure of specific organizations. So these all the three sheets are automatically generated by my ERP system. Okay, so these are the expenditures done by various branch, and inside each branch there are multiple departments. Okay, and it is for multiple years, let's say 3 financial years. Okay, so my ERP maintains codification system. So for each branch and department, okay, there is a master which is automatically generated by me. So these two sheets are auto generated by my ERP, and I want department and branch name to be mentioned in front of it. So how to do this using VLOOKUP? Let's see. Let us insert a column for department. So press Control space, Control plus, okay, and this column is department. Okay. Now how to apply VLOOKUP? You know syntax of VLOOKUP. So you have to remember 4 questions: what, where, which, and how. Okay, is equal to VLOOKUP, bracket open, what to look. So I have to look for this department code. Okay, comma, where to look. So I have to go to sheet called department, and let's select from B and extend this selection to department name. So I would not start from A because, as you know, in VLOOKUP, the first column should always have the lookup value. Okay, so I would select what. So second question was where to look. Third question, which column. So from B to D, it is a third column, department name. So 3, comma, how to look, exact or approximate. So it should always be exact, because approximate can work in a weird fashion. So never use it. Bracket complete, enter. Okay, so you can see. So let us extend this. So I will double click here on the fill handle. And okay, let's repeat this for branch. Okay. So I'll again insert a column, Control plus, branch, again is equal to VLOOKUP. 4 questions you have to remember: what to look, branch code, comma, where to look. So I would go to sheet called branches. But friends, now there is an issue. VLOOKUP has a requirement that always the value you are searching should be in the first column of the selection. Okay, now if I select like this, it would attempt to search in B column, and you cannot do a minus, right, minus column, -3, -4. Okay, so VLOOKUP has inherent limitations that always the value which you are searching for should be in the first column of the relative selection. Now again, we have hit a dead end. Now few people have even solved this. So they have recommended we can solve it very easily. Okay, so what people do generally is, so they will copy paste values here. Okay, so is equal to, okay, like this people repeat. Now, but in my scenario, there is a restriction because that I cannot do this, because whenever my ERP accesses this Excel sheet, it would run a clear sheet action, and after that populate the values. So it would literally internally clear the entire sheet like this. Okay, and fresh values are dumped. So in this scenario, all your formulas will go away. Okay, all your formulas will go away. Now, how to do this? Because again, this is a limitation. We cannot do this using VLOOKUP. So let's see how we can tackle this using XLOOKUP. Now, XLOOKUP is very simple when compared to VLOOKUP. Let's see how to write XLOOKUP. So is equal to XLOOKUP, bracket open. Now again, just like VLOOKUP, even XLOOKUP first requires which value to look. So we want to look for this branch code, okay, comma. Now second one, now there is a bit difference. In VLOOKUP, we used to select an entire range, okay. XLOOKUP simply asks that where or which column to search for this value. Okay, so in our case, it is column number F. So I would select column number F, comma. Third parameter, third input is in which column to fetch the value, lookup. Okay, so from B column, I want to fetch value. Okay, so relative, it is based on the relative. So on the relative row of the F column, so it would search it for in B column, it would return the relative value of that F column row. Bracket close, press enter. Okay, so let's extend this formula for function. So friends, don't you think XLOOKUP is even simple when compared to VLOOKUP? See, in VLOOKUP, we had to select entire range. Okay, but whereas in XLOOKUP, you don't have to worry. So your lookup value can be anywhere at the right hand side, left hand side. And also, if you have noticed, in VLOOKUP, we had to actually keep track of how many number of column to the right hand side that fetch value is. So let's say there are 90 or 100 columns there. So it would be very difficult to count this column. But in XLOOKUP, you don't have to worry. You simply have to select source column and destination column. Now friends, coming to some limitations. Now XLOOKUP was introduced in Office 365 version of Excel, or you can also use it in Office 2021. Okay, so any version of Excel lower than that, XLOOKUP is not available. So you cannot use it. And let's say if you still want to use it, there is a workaround. So there is an online version of Excel called Excel for Web. So you can create a free Microsoft account and use it in the online version of Excel. So I hope you like XLOOKUP. So I would insist kindly use this. And if you like the video and like your XLOOKUP function, please press like button and subscribe to the channel.